High Pilot armor trimming, part 2. Now we're going to do close-up trimming. The back, the chest, straps, shoulder straps, you just cut straight up, sand down. You'll see that they have the line there. Same thing with the line. Rub it with a razor blade or a scissors, and it'll go away. Your octagons, you want to trim with just a little bit of a lip there, and flat sand them. When we assemble it, I'm going to get the hardware, and I'll explain what hardware it is, that you glue into here, and then that goes through here. So your hardware is going to go through that, and into your chest portion, and then screws in. This is just going to Velcro. I actually will have a piece of Velcro here that fits perfectly. So that's how those are trimmed. You want to cut all the way around and leave about 1/8 of an inch or so. I mean, if you're a bigger person, then I would trim it a lot less. You'll leave a bigger return edge. And as you get to the top, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slowly come closer to the edge. So you want to leave less return edge at the top. The dog's hitting the door. It's a crazy dog. He's a boxer, so he's just not right in the head. And he's in. And of course, he's all wet from the snow. And where does he decide to stop and shake off? Right behind me. Of course, you can use a Dremel if you want. It's a good workout for your hands, though. You'll notice, though, when you cut the side and the bottom, you'll end up with that point. That'll catch you every time. So just round it off. Top, there's a line here. Just run your razor blade in there, cut it out. Let me get it. Trying to work quick because my wife's coming home shortly. And I like to be playing Halo when she walks in the door, so she assumes that's what I did all day. And I'm just letting the blade go where it wants to. you'll see at the top, there's rounded off edges. That's from where the pole was. We're going to cut those off. And then, since we already scored it, now we're just going to snap. If you have a little bit of a fife there, just run your blade over it. And again, instead of having the white marks. Now, you'll also take some sandpaper, 80 grit, 100 grit, and just go over these so they won't grab your soft goods. That'll also help get rid of it, the white marks. The back's trimmed. Chest time. Same thing with the chest. Ooh, there's a screw here. Around the neck, you want to get that off. So I'll do that first. Put my blade right in there, trying to aim it. There you go. See that shiny line? That's the cut line. And just let it run its course. As Bob Ross would say, beautiful trees. Mountains. I love mountains. But this is not a mountain. Then we're going to cut the tops off ever so slightly so they're nice and straight. I'll pick that up later. Pick that up later. Score and snap. Roll it around. White line. No white line. So here, again, I want to cut thin at the top and let it gradually fan out to be thicker. Hi, Quinn. Show you in a second. And yes, you will develop some serious forearm strength. Serious. So what I did is I cut from here down. Let's trim that out a little bit. Out to here, the end, and I kind of went off that way. That way we can start this last bit with a little curve to go down. And then you're going to curve it at the bottom as well, ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Same thing on the other side. But now we're going to go up. Ideally, you don't want any sharp edges. You want rounded corners. Just a slight round. So that way they're not pinching or grabbing on your soft goods. Here I'm going to do the big trim a little bit more. That's actually kind of good. So now we'll go and clean it up. Now the reason I did that, if you're trying to trim a piece of plastic that has, let me find a piece that has it. If you're trying to cut a piece of plastic that has two sides, you have this flat side and then this flat side, and you're trying to cut this side, plastic will naturally kind of separate as you go, but if you have that angle, it's not going to. And that's when your scissors start to get jammed up, and you'll start to get little bite marks on each side. Try to find one with bite marks. That's a bite mark right there. So we try to avoid those best we can. See how the plastic is shooting away on its own? That makes it easier to cut. Also, if you're not paying attention and starts hitting the side of your arm that you're not used to being touched, you think it's a spider, you jump. True story. So we're just gonna move a little bit. So that's set. That's set. Good. Good. Little spot here. Good. 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 There's a little piece right here. Kind of hard to get with a razor or a knife or a pair of scissors, so I'm trying to trim it out. There, that's much better. So then the next step will be sanding these. I'm going to sand where the Velcro goes, give it something to really stick to, and we'll drill them out for the holes. And some people will put a little hole here, so if they're going to do fans or lights on their chest box, they have access to a switch on the inside. And it's all tucked in. It's really nice. But from there, we're getting to it. We'll finish this one up tomorrow with the chest box. I'm going to glue the two sides and get the hardware to build it, drill everything out, and we'll have this set. We'll trim this. We'll get the chest in the back strapped and built, so that's done. That'll be the next video.